Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptomancer, where today I wanted to touch upon a topic around the issue of bots and are they ruining Splinterlands? And I mean, let's face it, when you see hundreds of rewards cards being dumped onto the market by the same player, we all know something is not right with that in principle. But is that jealousy just talking, or is it a real problem for the longevity of the game? So, Bulldog on YouTube mentioned this on his live stream a couple days ago, and just yesterday came out with a video on it. And I'll link that video in the description so you can watch it. It's really good content. I don't want to necessarily rehash all the content here. I definitely recommend you watch that video if you haven't already. But what I like about Bulldog specifically and how he's very open and transparent with the community. What he did with his card flipping video and now this bot video is addressing real pieces of the game that affect all of us. And it's not hoarding knowledge for his own benefit or being a shill for the game. So with that being said, let's talk about the subject that he brought up and about bots potentially ruining the game. So if you are a bot operator, or a farmer, are you bad for the game? And I would say no, not necessarily. For example, you're probably good for the card economy in some ways because you list low price cards on the market and provide supply, which is fine as long as the number of bots don't far outweigh the number of actual human players, meaning that the supply of cards that bots farm and put on the market doesn't inundate the market and create way more supply than demand, because obviously that's bad for the game and the game's future. So why would bots be bad for the game? Well, obviously, so other than feeling bad about not learning programming in school and seeing all the money that these bot owners are making on the marketplace, it goes back to the supply and demand issue I just mentioned. And if bots don't use the cards they farm or buy new cards in the market, essentially they're just diluting the game over time and become parasites, which hurt all of us. So let's talk about solutions to the bot problem. Aggroed and Mad and the developers could put technical guardrails in place to curb bots, and that might look like adding a voice or a reasonable picture slide or translate word captcha to the start of each battle. It's not 100% perfect, and it is annoying for real human players, but it would likely kill a decent amount of the large multi-bot accounts. So this technically could be doable, but what if the developers didn't want to hard-code anti-bot measures directly into the game? Maybe strive to create a symbiotic relationship with bots that helped all of us grow the game and earn more money in the process. But what would that look like? Well, at a high level, my suggestion would be to let bots earn awards and make money, just like single human players do, but build in-game mechanics that would require them to put money back into the marketplace, thus creating this symbiotic relationship. And how would we do this? Well, it would essentially be, in my mind, a five-part solution. The first part would be to change the $10 spellbook to effectively unlock all cards at level 1. Alpha, beta, rewards, promo, you name it. Change the name of the Bronze League to the Apprentice League, or something similar, and allow for silver level mana caps and battle scenarios for the play in this league. This would allow new players to kick the tires with all card combos and battle conditions instead of 12 mana cookie cutter rock paper scissors matches that we all know if you've been in the bronze levels, it's frustrating, it's a chore to grind through. Let new players enjoy the game's complexities at the higher level of gameplay with complex scenarios and card combos, and it's going to hook them on the game. And let's face it, this game is not Crypto Blades or Axie Infinity. This game is really fun to play at the high levels. So you're probably saying, well, why would we do that? Doesn't make any sense. Well, you have to put into other pieces of the scenario that makes this make sense. So by effectively having this apprentice league, now you allow people to play freely in this league, but you, as step 2, reduce the apprentice league season rewards to 1 apprentice chest per season. That apprentice chest would guarantee a card pull, but the card pulls will probably be weighted more towards common and rare pulls. Now, table that for a minute and look at the third piece of this puzzle. If you want to advance, into the silver leagues and higher, so silver, gold, diamond, champion, etc., and access better rewards, or essentially the current reward structure, you need to acquire cards worth 15,000 power. And that means owned and not rented. So that's approximately a $200 market ecosystem investment into the game. By doing so, Silver League and above would automatically unlock the Summoner starter deck, which is essentially the current starter deck as we see it in the game today, plus any cards that you own, of course. So once you enter, essentially, graduate out of the Apprentice League where you can play all cards and have reduced rewards, you now go into the Silver League, get enhanced rewards, and essentially have the base starter deck as it exists today plus all of your cards. And that's basically where the real earning of the game begins. So in addition to step 3, what I would say is we change the season duration to 1 week, effectively doubling the rewards in the leagues and reducing spellbook owner accounts essentially to 2 chests every 2 weeks, but with a guaranteed card progress. So if you're in the silver or gold or diamond or champion level leagues, you're getting basically double the rewards because you're doubling the season um, duration essentially by having it reduced to every week instead of every 2 weeks. Again, this incentivizes people to invest in the game and have silver or higher level uh, decks, which is, of course, in this case, $15,000 of owned and not rented power. The last part of this equation is to remove daily quest rewards for Apprentice League players. Uh, this feature would unlock and be available for daily questing at Silver League and above. So what does all of this do? Well, it either keeps the same rewards that we have today in the game for silver level and above players in this new version of the game, but it also doubles the season rewards, right? So it actually increases rewards for real human players in the game or bots that are investing significant power into their decks to play in the higher leagues, while at the same time allowing for new players to really have free reign of the cards and the game scenarios and really play the game like it's meant to be played, but reducing the awards there. So if bots are playing at that level and aren't having any investment back into the game, have zero cards owned or essentially invested, they're only getting one apprentice chest a week. And that's going to drive bots to move into the silver and higher leagues by nature. So to summarize, by implementing these 5 steps into the game, you still allow real new human players to kick the tires on the game and earn rewards to incrementally grow their personal collection and eventually advance into higher leagues where rewards are greater. But you also encourage new players to invest in the game to earn higher rewards by participating in the card purchasing ecosystem. So yes, you can enter the game for $10 and play and earn slowly in like a free to play or $10 to play environment. But if you really want to advance and gain rewards, you're going to have to buy some cards. And that's where the real fun of the game begins, right? So the power requirement for own cards, the key being owned and not rented, ensures that bot accounts also need to participate and invest back into the game ecosystem and cannot create thousands of bronze level accounts for $10 each that generates 20 loot chests every 2 weeks per account and basically pays for itself in 2 weeks and is just basically printing money after that, right? So yes, the system does ups the ante for new players to earn lucrative rewards in the game, but in reality, it's really no different than other current play to earn games that are successful, such as Axie Infinity, which requires a several $100 investment to even play the game. So the ability to rent and delegate cards still would help players fill gaps in their decks and be more competitive in all facets of the game, including league, tournament, and brawl play. It just would no longer be a loophole for power requirements as far as earning decent rewards goes. So I think this could be a game mechanic solution proposal that could address the bot problem while still also enhancing new players' experience when they're starting to play the game initially. So what do you think? Could something like this work, and would the change bring balance to the Splinterlands economy and solidify its future as a juggernaut of play-to-earn gaming for years to come? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't done so already, like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for more content on Splinterlands. Until next time, keep stacking those stats.
That's entertainment.